Yes. Welcome to the show.
Yes, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us. It is time for the entertainment news. Peter Okoye, aka Mr. P, blows hot on social media. Peter Okoye, aka Mr. P, who happens to be one half of the iconic P-Square duo, has come out swinging no filters in a fiery Instagram story shared just a moment after a court session over the alleged 1.38 billion naira fraud involving his elder brother and former manager Jude Okoye. The music star made it clear he is done playing Mr. Nice Guy. If you would recall, we earlier reported that Jude's lawyer told the Federal High Court in Lagos that Peter's statements to the EFCC was full of lies, especially regarding his claims about not accessing Northside Music Limited's bank account and his academic credentials. The lawyer also challenged Peter's comment about not receiving royalties and being sidelined in company decisions. But Peter isn't taking the hit lying down, as he has disowned his brothers while simultaneously disputing claims that he did not support dancehall singer Cynthia Morgan when she accused his brother of treating her poorly in the industry. For context, Mr. D was signed to Square Records while Cynthia Morgan was signed to Jude Okoye's record label, but both later came out publicly to allege unfair treatment from the label boss. He wrote, "Exactly what I was talking about. Their publicists doing everything for me to look like a liar. I am not Mr. D or Cynthia Morgan. I am Peter Okoye, the one and only, the Rock Okwite of Okoye. The truth shall surely prevail."
Yes, and it says in a follow-up post, Peter referenced the late Mohbad's tragic situation, suggested it influenced his decision to stop being the mature one in the face of injustice. He went on to write, and I quote, "After watching everything about Mohbad's death and how the whole thing played out to date, I decided to myself that I would never play the trigger person nor act as the mature one never again. So love me or hate me, I'll continue speaking my truth," end quote. In a subsequent post, he said, and I quote, "I disown them. By them, it is believed that he was referring to his brothers Jude Okoye and Paul Okoye, aka Rude Boy." He went on to claim that Jude's wife owned 80% of the company that diverted P-Square's proceeds for years. Yet they made it look like his own wife, Lola Omotayo Okoye, was the problem. In other news, Justice A. Oweye of the Federal High Court sitting in Ikoyi, Lagos on Wednesday, June 4th, 2025, adjourned till October 23rd for further hearing in the alleged 1.38 billion naira fraud involving Jude Okoye, elder brother, and former manager of singing sensation Paul and Peter Okoye of P-Square fame. The Lagos Zonal Directorate 1 of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, is leading prosecution against Jude alongside his company, Northside Music Limited. More drama.
More drama. Yeah, we talked about this, and this a follow-up to what we talked about the last time, because, you know, them being in court and then having Peter talk, and then they were talking about the credential where they said that he said that he attended a University of Abuja, but that he did not finish. So that means he's not a graduate at the end of the day. So, you know, it was OJ and OJ was saying that it was when he watched Suits that he realized that sometimes in court, when you say something that's not true, so they can actually, the lawyer can say that perhaps all the things that you have been saying to them are just untrue, false, you know, and all that. So we're just still going to be here and keeping our fingers crossed, our eyes peeled, and see how this unfolds at the end of today, because these people have been having rifts forever. Back and forth.
I mean, it's becoming a thing that we just see and skip and scroll past because it's looking like the usual news. But let's see how the courts, you know, handles this and how it ends up. But I mean, the family drama is becoming a Netflix series. Yeah.
You think it should be on Netflix?
Yes, I think it should.
Nollywood, what are you doing? Files denies romantic ties to Bob Risky, updates defamation suit against Very Dark Man. Rapper, actor, and social activist Folarin Falz Falana has dismissed viral rumors linking him romantically to controversial cross-dresser Bobrisky. The speculation stemmed from a leaked 2024 phone call shared by social media critic Very Dark Man, who claimed Falz was in close contact with Bobrisky, while the latter served a 6-month sentence for currency mutilation. Appearing on Arise TV, Falz said the call was strictly a humanitarian conversation. Bobrisky messaged me on Instagram asking for help with his case. I never knew him personally before that call. I often respond to people in distress. This was not exceptional. Falz added he now regrets making the call because of how it was twisted, and said he will be much more cautious moving forward. Falz also revealed progress in the 1 billion naira defamation lawsuit he and his father, human rights lawyer Femi Falana SAN, filed against Very Dark Man last year. He said the court has struck out the defendant's preliminary objection. They must now enter a defense, or the court will rule on merit. Very Dark Man has faced multiple cyberbullying and defamation charges in recent months. If you would recall, Bobrisky's real name Idris Okuneye was jailed in April 2024 and released in August. Falz reiterated that he has no personal relationship with the influencer beyond the brief call, saying it was purely compassion. Any suggestion of a romance is baseless.
I mean,
you know, when I was reading this, one thing that came to mind is, before you could actually say that this person is a cross-dresser, is first of all a human being. So if a human being, being a human being, reaches out to you, and that is what you've always been doing, like compassion, you just help people out, you would not say that, oh, because you'll not be biased saying that because the person is a cross-dresser and because some people do not just like the fact that it's a cross-dresser, that you're not going to give that person audience.
To be honest, the rumors are not even, should not be surprising, because I mean, what's the word? The atmosphere, not the atmosphere, the place where we are now, and the country we are, you know how they are against things like this. So I mean, when certain things like this happen, there will definitely be rumors, and be like,
so that person can even be dying, but because the person is a cross-dresser, you not attend to that person just because you just don't like the fact that. Yeah.
I mean, Falz went out of his way, you know, helped as a human being, as he always fights for human rights. He's always been a fighter for human rights. His father before him had always been a fighter for human rights. So he went out of his way to help. I mean, he saw that something was wrong in this situation, and he decided to help. So there's nothing terrible. If there's anything, we should be giving him accolades for being a good person and helping someone that, I mean, you don't even need to be linked to the person by family or blood or anything, but he was there to help. So, I mean, it's a good thing. So, yeah. Let's move on.
Yeah.
All right, next up, it's easier for new artists to succeed now than in my time, Timaya says. Veteran Nigerian singer Timaya has reflected on the evolution of the music industry, stating that it is far easier for new artists to achieve success today than it was during the early years of his career. Speaking in an episode of the Afrobeat Intelligence podcast, the dancehall star attributed this shift to the rise of digital technology, streaming platforms, and social media, which he says have empowered young musicians and reduced the gatekeeping that once defined the industry. He says, and I quote, "Making music is easier for the new crop of musicians than in my time," end quote. Timaya said, "Before, how do you want to blow? It's only one person that had all the control." Timaya contrasted the current landscape with his early days in the industry, describing a time when artists were at the mercy of record labels and radio stations and had to pay heavily to license their own music from catalogs owned by third parties. Recalling a personal experience, he said, and I quote, "This Odechi song that I did with Flavor, we realized Premier Music had the catalog we wanted to do. Can I have a dance? Who did we contact? Premier. We paid again." In contrast, he said today's artists can easily set up their own studios, release music independently, and build a following through platforms like TikTok, sometimes going viral with just a single track. Now, your father or your mother can just buy you studio equipment, you do one bad hot song, Just one TikTok song and you are made. All you need is data. End quote, he added. While praising the new generation's accessibility to success, Timaya also admitted that adapting to the modern music business model has been a struggle for him personally. The expectations around constant online engagement, from posting content to promoting music on social media, are stressful. He said, "It's stressful posting. Sometimes I think I don't have to, but it's the business I got to." End quote. Despite his challenges with digital promotion, Timaya acknowledged the speed and autonomy that new artists enjoy are positive developments for the industry. He expressed admiration for how far the Nigerian music scene has come, noting that today's artists can launch global careers from the comfort of their homes, a feat that was nearly impossible 2 decades ago.
It's right. It's actually right, because things have changed. We talk about it all the time that we wish that some of this old people, or all of this older generation that did songs, beautiful songs.
The old cuts.
You know, they did beautiful songs, but right now, that time they didn't enjoy because they did not have the luxury of what they have now, streaming, putting your songs there, you know, and some people even ripped them off it by you know, all those copyright infringements and all that they went through, and all of those. So yeah, it's actually very, very correct. These people are enjoying. Things are very, very easy these days. You can just be there in your house, have everything, and do a good song, as I said, and put it online on TikTok, and people just love it, and it goes viral, and you make your money from it. It was very, very difficult for people in the past. Yeah, and it's true.
Just to reiterate what you said, I mean, it's definitely true. Back in the day, you had to hawk your songs by yourself. You had to go on the streets. You had to do promotions. You had to do physical promotions. You had to go to Alaba to sell your CD. And guess what? Back then, when you release your album and you want to, you know, make money off it, the distributors buy it one-off from you.
So it's not safe where you'll be getting royalty.
But now you constantly get money from your streamings. You know. Now you see Nigerian artists even going into other countries, Sweden, Canada. They are topping billboards over there, making money from other climates as well. So yeah, it's beautiful to see.
Yes. All right, and that's all we can take on the entertainment news. We'll be back with all the social media madness on Social View.
It's your girl Sandra Kunzua, actor, producer, and I'm live on the red carpet of Iyalode.
Women are backbone of society, whether we men like it or not. And Iyalode proved it in this story, because she had to take power. She had to show that no be by woman, no, anybody can be a leader, and she pulled it off. So I can't wait to see how the story unfolds.
It's good to see that they're telling our stories. That means that even in the next 5 to 10 years, when we have kids and they feel like it's very going to be difficult to pick up history books and read, they can just watch and learn. So I think it's a good one.
Great working with seasoned Yoruba actors, and wonderful film at the famous Ibrahim Chata village. And I really hope that you all out there enjoy the film. So please go out there and watch the film and enjoy it.
What I can say for a fact is Nollywood is moving to the next level, and Iyalode is one of those stories that every one of us want to see, you know, coming out of Nollywood.
We're going to go into the next few months where a lot of the original content are going to be things that actually happened, whether it's folklore, whether it's gods that maybe we know about. I hope I'm not giving too much, but you're going to see a lot of that. And I think that we've seen it in drama, whether it's stage plays, we've seen it in books, but we've never seen it in proper audio-visual. So I'm so happy that we're doing it.
Any movie that is telling our story, our culture, our norms, our belief, our attire, our fashions and all that. So we have to put more support to this. And Tony has actually told a story of how we started before the civilization. And we are talking about Iyalode.
This is going to be another, you know, like they say, feather to her cap. So she's just moving on from being a 5-star general to a field marshal.
What Iyalode means to me, at least from my research, it apparently means female leader. A woman who's in the forefront of, you know, making decisions. So yeah, I'm very, very excited about this.
Yes, so I'm expecting to be wild. See the Jackie Chan that I saw in that trailer. Now you carry me come over.
From the name itself, Iyalode, chieftaincy title in the Yoruba kingdom. Iyalode, from the dress, from the clothes, from the food in the movie, from the storyline.
When it comes to Tony Abraham in this industry, there's just one word that comes to my mind, and that's creativity.
Iyalode is supposed to be one of the most powerful women in the Yoruba culture, usually on the table of the chiefs in the palace.
It's the way Honeypot was watching that and smiling. You're guilty of such things. Once you see ring lights, just know that that woman is up to mischievous things. I know it's something you can do. Prove me wrong. That was actually interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Social View, where we serve you your daily dose of social media frenzy, because who needs reality when this much fun is happening online? Let's check out. Are you ready, Honeypot?
Yeah.
Let's go. First off, it says, stop giving your children Bible names without giving them Bible lessons. Yesterday, I was robbed by Abraham.
It's true. It's true. I think a lot of people, a lot of parents are guilty of this. They don't teach them in the way of the Lord. They only give them those names. And I think some people don't even think it through. They just, perhaps maybe naming ceremony is just something that's, it's just about the ceremony. They don't even look into the names that they give the children.
Is that you tell somebody that you were robbed by
Because it's awkward, Abraham.
You were
Father
robbed
Abraham could never, ever.
Yes, now, a guy should be proud.
That.
The father of all nations robbed him. It's a good thing. Oh my God, let's move to the next one. Next one, Juicy George says, G-Wagon dropped my babe. She's saying a boat. Ezekiel replies and says, we will spend that whole night requesting and counseling till she gets the same boat for me.
Well, one time in Nigeria, there used to be executive Uber
what?
and all those taxis.
Where?
And they'll bring, when they started, they used to have when they started. But right now, there is no how you want to tell that lie that it will. It's, in fact, some people never even knew that he existed. That time, if it was that time, perhaps I would believe. Because sometimes, yeah, they even said that recently they did in one of those brands.
It was Don Jazzy and
you know, they
Shank
did.
That were
Okay, Don Jazzy and Shank, they did G-Wagon, right? But before, when they started, it used to be a thing. Like if you wanted to go to like a big event, you could actually do that. But these days, they bring very rickety cars. Sometimes you're even afraid so that cockroach will not go and such that cockroach will not enter your clothes. To
be honest, like this guy said, I don't have a problem. It's just that same G-Wagon. You order it for me too, because I need to go out. All right, let's check out the next one. Sarah Unia of Kaduna tweets and says, the best and wise people to travel with are mothers. My mother, who was in seat 52, was shouting, Vicky, you go chop meat pie. I was in seat 55. People were looking at me. Then V replies and says, I went to the cinema with my aunt and grandma. When we entered the theater, my aunt and I went in first, and the movie had already started. When my grandma came in, she pulled out a torchlight from her bag and started flashing it in people's face, murmuring, who be these ones?
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So there is no how you would not have stuff like that. You know, yeah.
What happens when grandma starts hearing noise behind her? Let's just move on.
Why didn't you do this? Book the same like seat by your mother. You had to like
book another one. And she will not say take. She will not be passing the corn. Please help me pass it to my son on the other suit. Oh my goodness, funny. Monsieur says on X, next one, she says, how much is new AC now? My budget is 20K. Please. Obi of Funa now replies and says, better start doing woo with your mouth. But person fit still see AC 20K now. Why are you squeezing face? Only
you better don't go and buy something that's because what?
All right, let's check out this one. And this one says, do you sell tomatoes? Because you got my attention from my head to my toes.
Oh, God.
Hide your babe, because lies they enter my line anyhow these days.
This is so J. Paul. We did one yesterday that OJ was saying nonsense. I said, this is so J. Paul. Like, what is this?
No, I'm proud of
J.
OJ.
Paul bores me with all of these things. He will just come with dry jokes. He can say stuff like, oh, is your father a herbalist? That's why he looks so charming. You know, those, oh God.
I mean, what did you wear today? What perfume did you wear? Because you smell like heaven. I'm good. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a wrap on Social View for today and this week. We hope you enjoyed the chaos as much as we did. We'll be back shortly with our guests, so keep it locked.
Não sabia que era com a mulher, não!
And thank you so much for staying here with us. Our guest this afternoon is a fast-rising Nigerian singer-songwriter who is breaking through the highly competitive music scene with his outstanding melody. Joining us, let's make a welcome to the show, Runda.
Yep.
Hello, Runda.
He looks different, by the way.
I know, right? I mean, the last time you interviewed me, that was like 2 years ago. I was in a different phase. Now it's another.
Your skin, you did shine.
I did learn. That's
It's good to have you here. Baraka de Salah to you.
Same to you.
Yes.
Are you Muslim? Which of you guys Muslim?
She's a rich auntie. Me, I'm just a...
so that you follow me and buy it.
Now what they ask now, you understand?
But I mean, you've been doing amazing. Congratulations on all the feats that you achieved so far. 2 years ago till now, the journey has not been the same. You've done so much. But you just released an EP.
An album, my debut album.
Your debut album, actually. How's that going? How's that journey going so far?
It's amazing, bro. It's been going really amazing. I mean, Roma of the album is already doing crazy numbers, and I feel like people really connect to the album, you know, and it's a blessing for me to finally drop my debut album. It's been a long time coming, so starting with this album, it represents like my hood, where I'm coming from, and you know, the vision I have for myself. So yeah, the title of the album is Behind Closed Doors.
All right, interesting. I really want to know what's going on behind closed doors, and that is the reason I'm going to ask her this question, because, you know, we took the news, and Timaya was talking about how things are so easy for artists these days, because it was quite difficult that time. You know, they can stream, they can put stuff on, you can just do something in your room, and if somebody likes it on TikTok and it blows, you know, you're on top of the world and all that. So now, you still hear artists complain about so many challenges, even as somebody like Timaya thinks that these people, they are having it very easy. So you want to compare and talk about that, like from personal experience?
Yeah. For me, I feel like it's tricky in the sense that I agree that it's way easier now to like connect to people. You don't have to go through some certain links. You know, you could just have your phone, do your thing and get your music out. But at the same time, it still takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of time. It's not that easy. There are a lot of things that happen like behind the scenes. A lot of people don't see that. They just see you post your content and the song is going nice and you're happy. But like there's a lot of planning. There's a lot of strategies that you have to go through behind the scenes. So I can't necessarily say that like it's easy, right? But I feel like compared to then, our music has really evolved to the sense that there's more global appeal. You could easily, your song could easily get out Nigeria, just from you just posting and so yeah, I agree with him at the same time, but I don't agree with him because no matter how the situation it is, there's always going to be challenges. It's never easy, right? But
different clients, different challenges.
But I believe that it's way easier now. It's better because you can connect to your fans, connect to audience. You can create a fan base, independently without having to like. Back in the days, you have to go through probably a certain label or some stuff like that.
Well,
but
to be honest, big ups to them, the OGs.
They actually big ups. They paved way for
went through a lot
for us to have this moment right now. So yeah, big ups to him.
Amazing. Talking about your album, let's check out your song with Peruzzi, and then we'll be right back to talk more about Behind Closed Doors.
Alright, we still have Runda right here with us, and we've been talking about your works. We've been talking about Behind Closed Doors. Like, tell us more about Behind Closed Doors. And of course, it is June. The year is racing. Last year was very fast. We thought it was very fast, but this year
is fast too.
It's too fast.
This year is fast, really fast actually.
So, I want to know your plans. So, what are your plans?
I think I'll start with the first question. For Behind Closed Doors is an album that really talks about like introspection, like looking into myself, looking out all the noise and being in my own space, trying to understand myself. Because the last time we had a conversation 2 years ago, I told you I had like an issue with my label. So at that point in time, within that time and like till last year, I had to really like get myself locked in and understand who I was. Do you understand?
Reflect.
Do you understand? Reconnect to my roots and like understand who I really was. So I feel like that's where the name Behind Closed Doors came from. Because I had a name even before starting starting the songs.
I like the fact that you talked about this, taking out time to reflect and all that. And recently there was an issue about record label as well. So I'd like you to share your experience very quickly. But the question is, King Madi recently had an issue. She went off social media for the longest time. She had an issue with her label as well, but she has not yet addressed so many things. But from your own personal experience, what are these crazy issues behind closed doors that we don't get to know?
I feel like, especially for my case, I can only speak for my case, and if I'm speaking for my case, I feel like at that point in time I was new, and I didn't really understand like a lot. Do you understand? So they probably took advantage of that. Do you understand? And like some certain things that they were supposed to do, they weren't doing. And I was the one eventually having to, support some things and and it's not supposed to be like that. You're making, a huge amount of my earnings, and I'm still the one having to like do some certain things, So it was a situation whereby it really messed me up because. When it happened, I just dropped an EP, Runda EP. That was the era of Good Girl, Monaco. So it was just really a crazy time because I was not able to like push that EP properly at that point in time. So for me, I feel like sometimes it feels like, okay, it's not going to work out, but you just have to look at it as a building process. It's like a process. It's for you to learn.
So now this circles us back to what Timaya says about indie artists now being able to do things on their own and push. So it's definitely
it's definitely valid. It is definitely valid.
So you have the plan for the rest of the year?
I'll be starting like a uni tour very soon. So for the album, so I'm also hoping I could do like an African tour, but that's still on pending. The uni tour is the most important thing right now for me.
How many features do you have on this album?
So technically, I had 2 features on the album. I had Peruzzi and I have Peruzzi and I had Shode on it.
Shode.
But like some certain clearance issues behind the back.
All right. Thank you so much. What are your social media handles for all the fans who want to follow you and follow your progress in your music?
My Instagram is @itsrunda ITS. RUNDA. Same thing with TikTok. It's Runda ITS RUNDA. My Twitter is it's Runda_.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Runda, for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having
It's
me.
been so wonderful talking to you.
Yeah.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we go, here is this week's reminder that
happiness is free. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a beautiful ride, and unfortunately, some train stations, some trains need to stop, and then you move on to the next train. It's definitely time for me to say goodbye, not for today, but on the show. It's been a beautiful experience. I love everyone, my audience. You guys have been amazing. Oh, I see all the messages. I see the viewers, my beautiful co-host, my ex-girlfriend, Honish Money. I know, don't cry, baby.
I'm emotional.
Yeah, emotional. I mean, it's been a beautiful experience so far. It's an end to an era here for me, and I'm definitely moving on to other things. But I love you guys so much. I'll definitely still be rooting out from, the sidelines and cheering on Esplash. I'll definitely miss everyone here. OJ, Catherine, Victor, Honish Money, my guys behind the scenes, all my directors, everybody, my cameraman, you guys are amazing. The makeup department, you guys are amazing. I love everybody. The food, we always chop before we start the show. That's why we have a lot of energy. But yeah, I'm gonna miss everybody. Yeah, I'll see you guys again, definitely.
Thank you so much, J-Paul, for bringing the energy, the joy, the calmness, because J-Paul is actually very reserved and calm, and is amicable too. Like, it's just so wonderful, like that all-round beautiful human being. It's only J-Paul that can just call me at home and say, and I'll be like, J-Paul, why are you calling me? Why are you calling me? You want me to stand in for you? And say, honeypot, and I'm like, especially when we move to the island, I'm like, no, this one is not K2 any longer. This is the island. It is not easy. Don't ask me for such, but at the end of the day, I'll still do it because it is J-Paul. It's just so wonderful like that. Thank you so much for bringing all the beautiful things to the show. We love you. I can't even remember J-Paul having quarrel with anybody. He has this way of just doing, that there are people like that. Everybody cannot be like me. That's once I'm angry, I wear my heart on my sleeves, and I do really, as much as that stands me out, I do really admire people who can just hold it together.
Thank you.
And I really love that about him. There are so many things I actually really love about J-Paul. I personally will miss you a lot, but I know that I'll be seeing you.
Come here.
Thank you, my love.
I'll miss you more.
Yes. And we do have a special gift for you. I did not want to know. Yes.
And I was just talking about pounds, though.
Yes. On behalf of... Okay, before that time, before I give you these gifts that we have for you, we have a clip. So let's take a look at J-Paul on Entertainment Splash.
All right.
And gentlemen, introducing him to the show, we have in the building Mr. Flames, aka who be that guy, aka Mr. Flower Boy, Mr. Flower Man, Mr. Romantic. Ladies and gentlemen, joining the Esplash team, we have J-Paul.
My name is J-Paul, Mr. Flames. I'm the new host. I'm the new boy on the block, the new fresh kid on Esplash on TVC. I'm a fine boy with a bright future. I was popular for making the price of flower increase when I was in Big Brother house.
Why flowers though?
I thought about it. Ladies are sweet. I mean, I can send them flowers.
Yes.
But rumors are on the streets say OJ is not a man of love.
Yes. That's right.
So we go talk on later. Be careful when you call me flower boy. If I'm not in the good mood, don't call me flower boy. I'm not violent. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Social View, where we serve up your daily dose of social media crazy, because who needs reality when this much fun is happening online?
I think that there is a level you will get to. That 75K for bespoke will be...
My sister, there's no level, please.
There's no level.
There's no level. If it's too pricey, don't buy it.
So what is
Even when you have
it's
millions and
really,
billions.
really
Yeah.
worth it? Was it not you that was telling me about one native that wanted to go and collect
It's
from
you,
Lekki?
J4.
It was you, and you were saying that it's 100K and something.
J4 is you. You'll be casted on live TV.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know what I'm talking about.
I'm a Calabar boy, like you all know. Like I said, all the stories you heard about Calabar boys are true. Yeah. Telling you, this thing sounds like those Calabar singers.
Don't do that again. I was just having a good time, and then you want to spoil.
I'm telling you.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Yeah,
Go away. I can't read again, no. Oh my God, this guy has entered my brain.
Let me wear the shades first. Give me. Why is the wicked over? Why?
I don't know. But it's Monday. We'll manage it like that.
Longer, honestly. Everyone does.
No, we should actually declare Monday as weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go because today is about to be amazing. Today, we're doing what we know how to do best.
Show you the things I can do.
Straight up from Esplash Choir, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Before we tell you...
We go blow.
We go blow.
Blown already.
We'll use streaming farm number 1. Okay. Yeah.
They know they do like that.
We don't loud down.
Man.
I thought it's like a normal thing. I use streaming farm.
No, they know they talk.
Yeah.
I believe that I can be anybody I want to be because I think that I have a brain that can do anything and everything. So yeah, that's what I love about myself. So today my job is I'm the police. That's why I'm wearing all black. Yeah. So I'll be taking all of you to jail. Let's do this. Will I consider myself an introvert or an extrovert? It depends. My mood switches. There's a time where my energy is high, and then I have the time where my energy is low, especially when I'm not eating food. Don't come close to me. It's about to be a vibe.
Yes, of course.
All right.
Energy.
All right.
Oh, yeah, no.
We will be back shortly, but for people like OJ, we'll be back because they're already
Go away now.
My name is Jay Ford. I did this with the one, the only honey pot knock on the plate.
Honestly.
No.
He almost made me cry.
I don't even know. You must be very strong because I am teary already, but you know.
I know.
Therefore, we're going to miss you. Thank you so much for being you. And on behalf of every member of the team, starting from our producer, Victor, Catherine, OJ, and I, we present you this token. We wish we could actually do more, and more is coming, but we really, really, really love you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
I would have actually really loved to spray J. Paul, but I don't want EFCC to because Olamide, who is on the morning show on TVC News, said something to me this morning. She came in and she saw my wig, and so she said, Honeypot, is this yours? And because I'm an entrepreneur too by the side, I sell jewelries and all that. So she now said, are you telling me that it is the money from the brooch that you sold to me that you used to buy this hair? You have to declare your assets and tell me where you get your money from. So when she said that, and I now spare you money, I don't want the EFCC to be on my case, so I'll have it without saying, yes, I said it.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, love.
Thank you. I love you.
Alrighty, so close the show. Do us the honors and close the show for us. One more time.
One last time. Well, I mean, thank you to everyone. I enjoyed my time here. It was a learning process. I needed that because I needed to learn more and just keep being in the space that I love. So I always have fun doing this, coming here to entertain people at home. It's what I love to do. And I don't even have to wake up a day and complain about my work because I love to do it. Like they say, if you do what you love, you're never going to work a day. I love everyone here. The team is an amazing team, amazing people. I love just looking for trouble. I'm going to miss the way I greet everybody. And, I give them like incredible hugs. I'm sure they're not going to forget.
Yeah.
But I mean, I love it. How many people get money when they are going? What a team. But thank you guys. I love you guys so much. It's not about the money, it's about the
There is more
love.
actually.
Oh, there's more?
It's on its way.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Okay,
I mean,
do us the honors. Give us your final outro on Esplash.
Final outro. Let me keep this money aside.
Okay.
Let me just keep it so that they don't
If you were from Ijebu now, say, you love money too much.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the show. And as you know, this is the end of you seeing me on this show.
As a presenter?
As a presenter, yes, definitely. I'm going to come. Definitely, this is family for me. I love you guys so much. I love you, the viewers. I've always loved entertaining you guys. I'm sure that God is going to bless us. This year is going to be an amazing year. Testimony for every one of us, you, and everyone. I'm wishing you all the very best. Cheers to more. Cheers to life. I'll see you guys again.
Love you. Thank you so much.